Guys, as you have seen my previous tutorial, if you have not seen it, please go to the card on the top of this video. And earlier in the series I have shown you that when you click on Argentina, you get players from Argentina. When you click on Brazil, you get players from Brazil. When you click on Germany, and so forth. So this is how it is done using Flutter block package. And today in this part, it's a very short part, and I will be adding a search field here. Whenever you type in the text here, we will be hitting a different URL with different parameter and getting the same list of players based on whatever name they have. And it will be uh, I will be using debounce operator, and you will be able to understand what transform does and what transition does. So let's see where transform and transition fall in this Flutter block package. Okay, they are very important part in this package. So let's see. So in the previous video, you must have seen that I have shown you this type of PPT, and yeah, this was the whole thing which I explained you. Now for today, let me repeat it uh, uh, a smaller part. So in block, as you can see, there is an event, there is a dispatch, and after dispatch and before map event to state, there is a transform method that is being called. And this transform method can be used to transform your stream, can be used to use debounce operator and many other operators like this. Then after map event to state, you will have transition. Now this transition is used whenever there is a transition from one state to other state. It means from previous state to the next state. Okay, and then everything is similar. So let's jump into the code here. Okay, let me start with this. Okay, sure. So this size is okay now. No problem with that. Okay, then yeah, see this how I can how why I told you that transform is just before your map event to state by seeing this method. Okay, bind state subject, and bind state subject is a method which is defined in block. It's from library. It's not my code. It's from library. So this bind state subject, what it does is whenever this transform returns a stream. Okay, and this transform you have only a set from there from your code. This transform takes events stream and reads it and calls map event to state. After all the states are being handled, on transition is being called. So whatever I said is completely agree with this. Okay, so let's what we have to do is let's add a first of all let's add a API. Okay, so this is my player API provider. Okay, this fetches players by country, but now we have to fetch it by name. Okay, so we are creating another method using name. Okay, and this is how it is called. It's I have already checked it. The API becomes like this: name equals to this thing. Okay, so you get players named with Messi. Now and this is how you call it. So this is our dynamic text and this is the URL. So that's why I have done it like this. Now as you can see, this part is common, so let's take it in a method. Okay, so let's refactor, extract, and method parse or okay, parse response. This is the method that we can use. And yes, similarly it is also called here, and for simplicity let's take it out. Let's take here. Okay, so this is our response, and yep, now what we need to do, we need to call this method in repository also. Okay, and one more thing, if you are not familiar with what I am saying right now, please go and watch my first video because lot many things are there. Okay, and you won't be able to understand what where I am in this video. Okay, already these files are created. I am in repository, which is also in services. Okay, so fetch players by name and change this. So our repository and provider is fine now. There is no issue. Now let's jump into, I would say, okay, now there is an event, one more event. Earlier it was only country selected event. Now there will be a class, a new event, which will be search text changed event. Okay, so whenever there is a change in the text in the search bar, this event will be fired, means dispatched. Okay, and this will have a search term as the input. Okay, next is you have to just have a constructor with this value. Okay, and assert that this is not null. Okay, this is a general norm. We have created another event. I have formatted the file. Fine. Okay, now we have this event. We don't need to create any state because states are same. We will just get the results. Now let me just create a widget which will be a search bar. Okay, right, let me just add material library here, and stateless widget it will be search bar, right? And yes, now let's take material because I have some idea of having a material type of thing, or you can just take a container since I'm not, yeah, container will be also okay. I will give a curve to this container, and here we will have a text field. Okay, we don't need controller, and on changed of this we will be doing some work. Okay, right now it can be, I guess, no, sorry. Okay, what is this? Null can't be assigned. Oh, sorry. So it actually has a text inside, so that is not a problem. I will show you what I am doing. Okay, so right, let's work on its decoration. So decoration will be input decoration. Okay, and okay, border, input border dot none. Fine, and let's work on the decoration of this container itself. So it will be box decoration. Color can be colors dot black. Okay, this can be the color. Let's see how it looks. Not a big issue. Border radius. So I'm creating a curvy box here. Okay, and hint will be search for a player. That's it. And hint style we can declare in our theme.dart. Okay, let's duplicate this one and change the colors. Okay, hint style and color can be black 54. Okay, we are done with the theme. Let's import it. And what else we can have? Okay, we can have a leading icon, which will be a good thing to have. So it's a prefix icon. Okay, and icons dot person. Just 30 will be okay. Color can be black, right? Okay, now let's add this search bar in our home page. Home page has this horizontal bar, a sized box, and the list. Okay, so let's add after this search bar, add this size box again, right? Okay, fine. And yeah, let's run it, try to see how it looks now. Okay, it looks like this. So our color is bad. So what color we can take? This can be black then. Okay, now it is okay, fine. Little bit lighter. Okay, now it's good. Let's add a margin to this. Edge insets. Okay, horizontal 16. That is okay. Yes. And yeah, now you can have something called content padding. So it will be like horizontal. Okay, 16. So that 8. So that both left and right hand side. Now you can see this when I add text, it goes and it sticks here. So because of this, I am keeping horizontal and I'm running it. And now there is a gap, okay? But it has moved up because the vertical padding is 0. So let's take it 8 so that it comes in center. Yeah, or let's take it 10. Now it's pretty fine. Now hint style is 20, not a problem. Let's have a text style as well. So here we can give style. Okay, it will be title style. And yes, now what we can do, I think that is okay. Let's run and check it. Okay, so this is search for a player. You type a name here. Okay, I think this is okay. So now everything is in center. You are writing the name. What we can do is little bit text size we can increase. So let's duplicate this. Search text style. Okay, and you can give it 22. Okay, which is not defined anywhere. And here also you can give search text style. Oh, sorry. Search text style. Okay. Okay, now it looks good. Fine. So let me just print this. Whenever I am changing the text, can you see there is nothing happening right now? So why so? Why? Okay. So doesn't it work? If I type here, it doesn't print anything. Okay, let it be. Not an issue. Now let's access our block here. Okay. So it can be accessed from here itself. Final. Okay. Or not even here. Okay. Directly here, block provider dot off and player listing block. Right. This is how you can get your block provider. Okay. And right, you have got it. Now you have to dispatch an event. This event is nothing but search text that we can copy. Let's go to event. We can copy this, go to search bar, call this event, put the search term here. Okay, let's import it. Put the search term here and put our term. Okay, now let's go to this event. Okay, that part is done. We are going back to search bar. So this will be dispatched, and when this is dispatched, the event will be our block will be called. Okay, so let me go to this block, player listing block, and this will be called, but we are only parsing it when event is country selected event. So let's remove it from here and remove this as well. Now this will be called every time, but do you remember we have fetch players by country getting called? Okay, so let's take it out. We have to make two calls now. Let's take this out here. Okay, and if let's make the conditions here. If event is country selected, then execute this line. Okay, 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 and else if event is search. Okay, we copied it. No, okay, no problems. We can again copy. Getting back to this block, if event is search exchange event, we can just change the call. Okay, so I'm copying it, pasting it here, fetch players by name. And here a beautiful thing about Dart is it knows that you are in search text change event. So here now it will tell you about text search term, not the nation model that it does here. Okay, even you can cross check search term is not available here. So this is very beautiful thing about Dart. Now this service will be called, you will be getting the results, and the end result will be displayed. So before that I want to just write here how many times this method is getting called, because that is where our transform and transform will come into picture. I am formatting this file, I am formatting home page as well, and player listing also. Okay, so lot many changes. Now let's run it and see how many times. So I am calling this. Okay, services are being hit. It is not getting called multiple times, but it's not printing, I guess. So there is some issue. I think there's definitely some issue because it's not printing anything here. Let me just restart the app again, because earlier also it didn't print this term from search bar. It should have printed it because it is definitely going inside this. Otherwise the result wouldn't have come. So let's see how many times this method is getting called. Let's again type it. See this. How many times it being called? 5 times. Is this a good practice to hit the service 5 times? I think it's not. Let's print here also. Okay, so hitting service. Okay, now see the speed at which I am typing. I have typed it so quickly, it has called 5 times this service. It's definitely a bandwidth call. So what we can do is just override a transform method here. What this transform method will do is it will hold your events, the stream of events for some duration. That duration you can define. So basically it takes a stream of events and it returns a stream of events, but after some duration. So what we can do is we take these events as published subject. Why published subject? Because stream does not have debounce operator inside. Okay, so when we have passed it using published subject and also with player listing generic type, we can, let's import this first from rxstart or subjects. You can do from anything. Then you can call debounce, or two things you can do. Either you can do debounce or you can transform. Okay, transform will have multiple stream transformers. I can just give you a brief. So if you try to declare a stream transformer, So it won't come because we have not imported rx.dart. That's why we imported this. So now it will come. Stream transformer. See the number of stream transformers that already are there. There are a lot of transformers and everyone is very important. So we will be using debounce stream transformer directly. Okay, so it is a debounce stream transformer with some duration. So duration will be milliseconds, right? Not 2000. So what will happen is, okay, I won't speak now. You just wait and see what is the response. Okay. Now when I click on, I type the text, nothing is getting printed. Service is hit only once and you are getting the output. It waited for 2000 milliseconds and gave you the output. Okay. You can just minimize it. You can just reduce the time and then you won't means you won't feel the delay also, and you will be reducing the number of hits. Okay, so this is the thing that I wanted to explain in this video. Next is on transition. So it is nothing, just I think you can just print the transition. It's already handled what will be there in the transition object, as you can see here. So on toString it will print the current state and the next state, what, and the event. So you can actually do some analytical work here, like uh, you can uh, store the information that the search has happened or the search has failed or anything like that. Okay, so now let me do it again. Messi, and this is the transition. So earlier this transition was uninitialized state, then search text change event happened and it went to player fetching state. After that, from player fetching state, event was search text change event and it went into player fetched state. Okay, and we got the number of players. And remember, this is still working. If you click on Brazil, Germany, England or Argentina or any country here, it still works. It gets you player from England. Okay, so this has nothing to do with our previous implementation. And yeah, I guess this is, yeah, these many files are changed and we are able to integrate search here. Okay, so guys, I will be adding a new branch here, and that will be our debounce or transform transition, something like that, and pushing it into the code. And yeah, this is the end of the video, guys. If you're loving the content, please subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and thanks for your views, thanks for your likes. And in the next video, definitely we are going to cover the part that is a filter and sort. We will be sorting this, and we will be filtering it on the basis of from which position the player plays, and which club he plays, which country he plays. So there will be lot many sorting and filtering options there. So I guess yeah, this is the end of the video. Thank you guys, and yeah, thanks.